Supervisor. And it's time for Frank the Gaming Tank! Okay, guys. Frank the Gaming Tank here. I'm just starting out on YouTube. I've loved video games my whole life, ever since I was about 2 years old. I think it's the first time I played a video game. It was the original Super Mario Brothers. And Nintendo had a big place in my life growing up. I still love Nintendo. I play pretty much every console, and I also play on PC. And I just wanted to share my love for video games with everybody else. I have a pretty decent collection of games, and I'll be on here. I don't have a capture card right now to capture my consoles, but I will be getting one within the next 2 months or less, somewhere around there. I have a big trip coming up in about a month and some change, maybe a month and 2 weeks or so. I'm actually going to another country. I'll be going to Vietnam. So I've been there twice now, and I'm going see my fiance. She lives there, and I will probably post some videos from that on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to keep up with the channel, subscribe. I may do some live streams while I'm over there, and I'll take some videos for sure. And I'll probably be posting some of those on here just to share with people how it is over there, the country and all. It's actually really nice, and I think that'd be interesting for some people to see, and hopefully you guys will be interested in that, and take a look at those videos, and feel free to ask questions or anything like that. But it's going to be mostly a gaming-focused channel. I have a few live streams up right now. They're just basic. I'm kind of trying to learn how everything works on the YouTube streaming and all, and trying to get used to Streamlabs, just streaming with my video card software. Just different stuff right now. I just recently built a new gaming PC about 3 weeks ago. I'll go over the parts in another video that I used for my computer, and I plan to upgrade a couple of those within this year. I just got some parts to get me started on a new computer because my other one was a little old. I had an old AMD FX CPU build with an R9 390, and it was showing its age pretty badly, so I just wanted to upgrade. So I have a lot of the retro consoles. I don't have everything, but I do have a lot. And I have some here next to me. I'm going to show you guys in a little bit what I will be uploading some videos of, doing some live streams of some of the games. I will be, as the channel grows and as after my trip, and I can use more money for equipment for the channel, I will have a better camera. As you can see, I've just got a Logitech webcam right now. I could use my phone, but then I'd rather use this so I can see the video as I'm recording it. And yeah, I'll also be getting a mic within the next couple months or so, along with the capture card for my consoles. I do own every major console that's out right now as well. I have the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4 Pro, and the Xbox One X. So I can do maybe some gaming reviews, stuff like that. It's just going to be a mixed channel. I'll talk about some gaming topics, maybe do some reviews on some games, but those will be a few of those, not many. We could talk about some tech, like computer parts, things about the consoles, different things like that. You guys can feel free to ask questions, and I'll try to get back and answer if anybody has questions. And if anybody wants to know anything about myself personally or anything, maybe we can, if you have any questions, I might be able to get back to you on some of that, like plans I have for the channel, all that kind of thing, But yeah, I want to share my love for the games with you guys, and I'll show you some of my consoles real quick, what you can look forward to within the next few months. Definitely this year I'll have a bunch of videos up, live streams, and videos uploaded of different games. I have quite a selection of games. It's not huge, but I have a lot of games from my PlayStation 2, my original Xbox, and my GameCube. I have quite a large selection for those. I really liked that generation a lot. the 16-bit generation and the 32-bit generation were really great as well. My favorite generations of gaming were probably the 16-bit generation, the 32-bit generation, and then the 6th generation, I think it is, right? The PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, and Dreamcast. I really liked that generation a lot as well. It was when I was in high school around that time, and so I have a lot of good memories from that generation of gaming. And yeah, you guys can look forward to a lot of videos from that generation. Probably I have probably close to 200 PS2 games, probably around 100 GameCube games, and probably a little over 100 Xbox original games. And that generation, the console that I liked the most was the Nintendo GameCube. I got it first, and later got a PS2. And it was a couple of years after the generation was over before I actually got an Xbox. And I just recently, within the last couple of years, really started collecting for it. And I really found a lot of games that I really like for it, and they're actually really cheap now. And go over some of that stuff later on the channel as well. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you some of the consoles I have here next to me. Again, excuse the quality of the video right now and the lighting. It will be better as time goes on. I'm just getting started. So first, here beside me, I have my Sega Dreamcast. Here I have the original gray model here, and I also have the black Sega Sports Edition of the Sega Dreamcast. Really love the Sega Dreamcast. It had a lot of great games on it. I didn't really have internet back then, so I didn't get to play online much, but a lot of people really loved the online portion of it. Of course, have my Nintendo GameCube, the Platinum Edition here. I have, I think, 4 GameCubes overall. Also have the black one. Sorry, it's a little dusty there. But I also have 2 black ones, actually, 1 purple one, and the platinum one. Of course, the trusty Nintendo 64 here. One that not a lot of people probably played. It didn't sell very well, but you guys probably know it. I really like it, though, the Atari Jaguar. I don't have a lot of games for it. I do want to pick up some more in the future, but I really like the Jaguar. It's not the greatest console, but it's really interesting and neat console. I really like it. One of my favorite consoles of all time, the Sega Saturn. Really love this console. Has a lot of really good games on it. A lot of them are in Japan only, and the language barrier is pretty tough on those. But it has a lot of really good fighting games for it that are, the language barrier doesn't matter, and they're really great on the Sega Saturn. This console here is one of my favorites. I didn't have it growing up. I just bought it a few years ago to try. I think it's been maybe 8 years or so ago, something like that. But this is 3DO. I really like this console too. It's got a lot of interesting games on it. A lot of them were FMV style. They were really going for that with this console. This is, of course, the Panasonic FZ1. It's a really sturdy built console. I really like this one. But it does have a mechanical tray, and that does tend to wear out. And one other downside, the power cord is built into the system, so it's pretty hard to replace that. Don't really like that design very much. And of course, gotta have the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo meant a lot to me growing up because I think I was around 7 or 8 when I got my Super Nintendo. I got it for Christmas. I asked for it, and I got a used Super Nintendo. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, so I got a lot of stuff secondhand, used, stuff like that. But I still had games to play. But I got that and Super Mario World and F-Zero that Christmas, and it's the best thing ever for me in that time. Like, it was F-Zero. I'm a huge F-Zero fan, and I really loved it back then too. And that's the 2 games I asked for, and was an amazing Christmas that year. I'll never forget that year. And of course, the NES. Can't go wrong with the NES. Everybody knows it. A lot of people love it. Just a classic. the Sega Genesis Model 1. I have my Sega CD Model 1 as well here. I love the Sega CD Model 1. The menu music, the design of the console. I liked the Sega Genesis a lot growing up too. I actually got my first Sega Genesis from my cousin. He gave me his old Sega Genesis, and I played it a lot. Super Nintendo was my favorite, but I loved the Sega Genesis as well. I just really liked them both. And this is the CD backup. It's basically a flash card, basically. It's game saves for your Sega CD because it has built-in save memory, but it's really small and it's battery backed up, so it does erase your data if the battery fails. And some of my handhelds here. I've got some more classic handhelds, like got a few Game Gears, but the screens don't work very well on those. I actually have a Virtual Boy, which I don't have here. It's on the shelf in the other room. I'm rearranging my gaming hardware and games. So once I get that rearranged and put up, I'll do a video showing my collection and everything a little better, like all my games and everything. But really love this system, the Sony PlayStation Vita. I do have the Model 2 unit, the black one. I was a day one purchaser of the PlayStation Vita. I got the 3G version of the original model, and I ended up selling it later, and I come back and got another one. My case has a lot of wear on it. This is a very old case. I have a lot of games for it. Really love the PlayStation Vita. I think it's one of Sony's best consoles they ever made. They just didn't support it, and once they dropped support, due to high prices of memory cards and stuff were factors as well, but once Sony dropped support for the PlayStation Vita, it just kind of faded away. Of course, you guys probably know what this is by the case. Really, launch day unit here. Went to the midnight release. This is the case I got that day still. This is my Nintendo Switch. Had to get the neon Joy-Cons and had to get a case because I knew the screen would probably get damaged if I didn't. Really loved the case though. It wasn't that much. I think it was like $10 for the case or something. I do have a pretty decent selection of Switch games. I don't have a lot. I've got less than 20 physical games, but I have a few more digital ones. Really love the Switch. And I also have my new Nintendo 3DS XL. Huge fan of the 3DS. Don't play it much lately, but I still love the 3DS. And the new 3DS is way faster, smoother menus. Everything's just better. But I was a day one midnight release purchaser of the original 3DS. I got the black one. And I am one of the lucky people who was in the ambassador program because I bought it day one, and I do still have my Game Boy Advance and NES games that I got from my ambassador program on here. It was a really neat thing Nintendo did. They didn't have to do it at all, but to show appreciation for you going out and buying their product on day one, and then they had to drop the price later to pick up sales so it wouldn't the sales would pick up and it wouldn't fail, and you know, it kept Nintendo going a little bit. They had to do that. But really great system. A lot of good games on it. Of course, it's backwards compatible with the original DS, which has hundreds of games, thousands of games on it. It's just an amazing system here. I love the 3DS. And that's just some of my consoles. I also have them hooked up over here, a few in the bedroom here. I have my original Wii. It is one of the black units. I have my PS3. It is a backwards compatible 60 gig model, so I do play most of my PS2 games on it, so it'll be easy to make videos once I get a capture card for those. And I have my Wii U hooked up in here as well. In the other room I have my PS4 and my Xbox One X connected, and I don't keep any of my classic consoles connected. I just when I feel like playing one, I'll take it and connect it. But yeah, so you can look forward to games from all of those consoles, the rest of my consoles, and of course I'll still do some PC games. And in the meantime, before I get a capture card, any games that I own for the consoles that I can emulate, I may emulate some and load up some gameplay and thoughts on the games for those, and maybe some reviews, and just talk to you guys about them if you have any questions, all that stuff. So we can look forward to gaming together maybe in the future. We can do some online games as well together if anybody wants to play. I do keep PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold, and of course the PC. So anybody wants to play anything, we could maybe partner up and play some co-op games or online multiplayer games. That would be fun. I do work a really hectic schedule though. I'm pretty much free only on the weekends. So all my content will be filmed on the weekends most likely, and then maybe uploaded on Wednesday evenings. I have a little free time on Wednesday evenings, not much, a couple hours. So you can look forward to that. And sorry this video is a little long, but it's my initial video for the channel, and I just wanted to get all the information out there, let everybody know what's happening with the channel. And yes, I am from North Carolina. Of course, you can see the Tar Heels hat here. I'm a huge Tar Heels fan, huge Carolina Panthers fan. So if anybody wants to talk about any of that stuff, we can probably do that sometime. But yeah, I hope you guys look forward to the channel. Sorry it's a little bare bones right now, but it will get better. I'm really interested in doing this, and I want it to push forward into the future and be really good for you guys. And I want us all to have fun and enjoy games. Try to keep the negativity to a minimum. I just love games in general. I like all the systems. I have my favorites. Nintendo's probably my favorite overall because I have such fond memories of them, and I love Nintendo franchises. But I like them all, and I don't want to put anything much negative out. Maybe some negative things here and there, but it won't be much. And but most of the time, it'll be 99% positive, and we'll just have fun with games. And anything else I want to put on the channel, like my trip or some tech news or gaming news, anything like that. I will try to keep anything political or worldview, stuff like that, out of my channel. This is strictly a gaming channel for the most part, maybe tech news, stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys on the channel soon. Frank the Gaming Tank out. Peace, guys.